And of course, our heartfelt appreciation goes to that backyard rink in Brantford. Thank you to all the places where the greatness in our game was born, and to all the places we haven't even heard of yet.
Sports is full of legendary rivalries. Gretzky-Lemieux, Brady Manning, Bird Johnson. Now Sports Radio has its own epic rivalry.
You're a better man just for thinking the way I think.
Maybe not so much. Brady and Walker square off and deliver up-to-the-minute sports stories, scores, and Toronto's best morning sports talk. Weekdays 5:30 to 9 a.m. on Sportsnet 590, The Fan.
What you don't know could fill a warehouse.
I worked for 3 days on this great algorithm for credit risk.
Lost in the numbers and you forgot to pay the electric bill.
We have a combined IQ of 700.
We're a million miles from normal.
Brilliant minds working at half capacity. You want to do something meaningful, here's your chance. Now, your help, those planes fall from the sky.
Calculate the kilowatts. I need
500,000 kilowatts.
All right.
You're gonna have to trust me. This is our only chance.
Scorpion, 9 Monday on City. Where some see a story, Sportsnet.ca insiders see an opportunity. Uncovering truths that put a unique lens on the world of sports. Off-the-wall writing by award-winning scribes, distinguished journalists, critically acclaimed authors, shaped by opinion and expertise. Canada's deepest roster of sports writers, The Insiders, on Sportsnet.ca.
The best of WWE Network is now available to all service providers across Canada in the new NetPack subscription package. Enjoy all 12 WWE pay-per-views live, plus original series, live in-ring action, and more for only $11.99 a month. Available 7 days a week on Rogers Channel 512. Not a Rogers customer? Call your local service provider and let them know you want it. Or go to WWE.com for more details.
Johnny Hayes with the early strike for Aberdeen. Got the home crowd excited. But just the one goal between the two sides as things stand. Motherwell here at one of their favourite venues. Last tasted defeat at Pittodrie way back in November 2008. Will be Aberdeen attacking the goal to our right in the second half, playing towards the Richard Donald stand. Good Willie and Peter Pollitt together. Say it's a pretty pleasant night for football. There is a breeze for the players to contend with, but no rain in the forecast. And it's an ideal playing surface, really. Crawford Allen making his final checks. Well, what sort of second half are we in store for? Motherwell still very much in this game. Shea Logan boots it out of play. Gary, what are you looking for tactically? What might be different?
Just a little bit more strength of character. The boys were touching on, the confidence is a little bit low in Motherwell. Just trust yourself. When you get into that final third, be brave. Make a positive decision. Whip that ball in. Go and play a 1-2. Show a wee bit of imagination. But more than anything, just trust yourself.
Aberdeen in search of what would be a 100th league win against the Steelmen. Let's run through the two teams for you again. Stevie Hamill. Now Stephen McManus. And Kerr attempting to bring the ball under control. Gordon Strachan talking about Fraser Kerr and what he might be capable of on that right flank. Going forward. Well, McManus has been warned before and now he's been cautioned.
Yeah, it's probably his third or fourth offence going through the back of Goodwillie this time. Just trying to win a ball, it's not there to be won.
Stephen McManus has his name taken by Crawford Allen. Willow Flood. It's Paulett. To judge the spin of the ball. Oyama was following him.
Paulett gets the break of the ball and wriggles himself free from Oyama. There's a little bit of a flick there by Oyama.
Again, and Hayes at the Aberdeen controls. Who's going to deliver? Short by McGinn. Johnny Hayes. Power-packed effort. Reynolds. Against one of his former clubs. He was convinced that was going to be an Aberdeen ball. Not so. Russell Anderson will turn 36 tomorrow. He's running the rule over this Aberdeen team. They have missed him. And you look at the defensive statistics and they bear that out, Guy.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of frailty in that back four. It just gives them that steadiness and experience.
John Sutton. It's Johnny Hayes shepherding it out, well aware of the presence of Fraser Kerr. Motherwell are the team chasing. It's been the case on far too many occasions this term. Runners-up each of the last 2 seasons, very much against the odds. You've got to give them credit for what they have achieved on a pretty small budget. Bigger resources. Second bottom at the start of play. Paulett, lovely pass. McGinn pulls it back, and Logan fielded by Twardzik.
The Aberdeen fullback gets himself up in the box. That's a sweeping move by Aberdeen. Paulett free and McGinn wide on the right. The right fullback gets himself in the box.
Motherwell going from back to front. It was intended for John Sutton. Scott Brown forward. It's Hamill beating Goodwillie in the air. David Goodwillie tries again. Exquisite little flick. McGinn now. Just waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Niall McGinn. It's a super ball. Well, he had Goodwillie in there. Jack as well. Neither man able to make contact with it.
Yeah, it was Goodwillie that started the move, a little flick to McGinn, and got himself in the box.
Now Willow Flood from a long way out. He has goals in his repertoire from that sort of distance. We've seen 1 or 2 in the recent past, both with Aberdeen and Dundee United.
They are rare, but when he does score, they tend to be spectacular.
The cries of "Come on, ye Reds!" Goodwillie, up a cul-de-sac. Stevie Hamill.
I'm feeling the Aberdeen would like to see, the Aberdeen fans would certainly like to see the second goal. They seem a little bit hesitant, a little bit nervy around the ground.
McManus. Just beating Goodwillie to it. It's Hamill. Turns it out of play. Allen just going over to have a look. Simon Ramsden. Contact lens problem. There's a replacement. It's been found. If you're not somebody who wears contact lenses, maybe you should look away. For those of us who do wear contact lenses, it's an everyday occurrence, Gary.
Oh, I tell you what, that's not for me.
It's not as painful as it looks, let me assure you. Well done, Simon.
Oh, I can see again.
Just like that. Well, back to normal now. Simon Ramsden has 20/20 vision again. Sutton. Reynolds in the air for Aberdeen. Logan. Here's Flood. Considine. Paulett looking for a pocket of space. This area being patrolled by Ramsden. Reed. He wasn't holding back. Ryan Jack for the Dons. Hayes to disguise it. Predictable sort of player, Johnny Hayes. Can be a match winner. With Lasley in that deep position. Now Hamill. St. Francis and goal. Not showed too much of it to Logan. He's got the nick on the ball. Shaylan Logan. Willow Flood. Jack trying to redirect it. Paulett with the scamper and the scurry. Reed. Considine attempting to judge it. Playing at left back, that was the position his father used to occupy. Dougie Considine. Stuart McCall and Motherwell trying to make a fist of this, but Aberdeen with the lead. Aberdeen playing against a bogey team, you've got to say, certainly in matches here at Pittodrie.
Fairly even across the middle of the park. They just seem unable to worry the Aberdeen goalkeeper Scott Brown.
Well, you saw there warming up Cammy Smith, who has been playing out of his skin for the under-20s. Aberdeen leading the way in the under-20s league. Reed is being followed by Flood. Just a bit close to the vest from both sides towards the end of the first half. Cammy Smith will be given a run. Adam Rooney limbering up two for Aberdeen. We shall see if Derek McInnes wants to make a change or two. Francis and goal. Back it goes to Hamill. Henrik Oyama. He has Mark Reynolds for company. Change of direction by Oyama. Off the head of Logan.
There's a little 2v1 developing in the back post there.
St. Francis and goal. Logan barring the way to goal. Lasley. Hamill. Lasley in his job, he'll say that. Now it's Oyama. Weak effort from Henrik Oyama.
Oyama had created the space pretty well, just coming off Considine. He snatched at the shot.
Aberdeen in 6th at the start of play. 5 wins, 4 defeats, just the 1 draw in the Premiership. Dons with the advantage in terms of goal attempts. 3 of their 6 have been on target. Good Willie, it came off Reed. No joy for Oyama. Willow Flood. All action, relentless style of his. Oh, now Reynolds has to chase back. That's where his pace really comes in handy, as he managed to outdo John Sutton.
No, it's a big asset, the pace of Reynolds.
There's Oyama steadying himself, and Logan has the situation under control. Brown thumps it forward.
Yeah, the number of times we see Mark Reynolds just sweeping up people's mistakes.
Offside flag has gone up. Sutton looking slightly flummoxed by it all. Instructions coming from Stuart McCall. Confidence has been at a low ebb in the Motherwell camp. They need a pick-me-up. Will it come tonight here at Pittodrie? Still plenty of time for the Steelmen. Good Willie in the wide position now. It's Jack. It's in on Lasley. Referee has called the play back.
It was a good decision by Crawford Allen. Just waiting to see if Motherwell had gained an advantage. There's the little challenge there, just clips Lasley.
Adam Rooney has received the call from Derek McInnes. Substitution in the offing for the Dons.
Will we see a change of shape? Will they go with two up, or will it be just a straight swap, like for like?
Score of 11 goals in all competitions this season, Adam Rooney. 6 of the goals coming in Europe at the beginning of the campaign. Aberdeen defeated Daugava of Latvia. Groningen of the Netherlands. Finally came a cropper against Real Sociedad. Motherwell not quite as lucky against Stjarnan of Iceland in Europa League qualifying. That was what the fuss was all about at the end of the season. Who would have to start the European campaign earlier? Small matter of only £250,000 as well. And finishing second and third. Reid. He's caught McGinn. Trots away from the scene of the crime, Craig Reid.
It's been a little bit over physical at times as well. Just as a little bit of frustration is starting to creep in. And again, he's clearly trying to protect it. He just clicks the ankle of the Irishman.
Logan to deliver. Logan tried to find Andrew Considine. This is Johnny Hayes. McInnes has been talking it over with Adam Rooney. It's Considine's touch. Kerr. Lasley. It was by Oyama. Flood trying to really take command in midfield, Willow Flood. Here's David Goodwillie. Peter Paulett might be the player to be withdrawn any second now. Hayes with the pass. Here's Goodwillie. Faced by McManus. Nobody there for Aberdeen. Mocked up by Reid. Law. As Motherwell tried to build ahead of steam. Hamill. Smashes out Law. This is McManus. Disappointing from the Motherwell point of view. Stuart McCall tries to G up the troops. And Peter Paulett is right beside the touchline. I wonder if he's got the message. I think he has received it. It's the end of the shift for Paulett. Instead, Adam Rooney given a run, so Aberdeen going back to the two up front look that, Gary, they have favoured in recent weeks.
They have, yes. It looks as if they'll go with the... I think Rooney will lead the line. Goodwillie will just come in behind.
Here's Goodwillie. Rooney was there, and McGinn now into wee pretty patterns. Hamill with the concession of a corner. And this is Aberdeen's first corner of the match.
Just over the hour mark.
Everyone's still hard at work out there as McGinn takes it. Now who wants it? David Goodwillie. Just wide.
There's a half a chance for Goodwillie there. It was whipped in. Motherwell just unable to clear. Got a little bit scrappy. And it just comes in at that horrible height. He couldn't get over it.
It's all just a bit too close for comfort from the Aberdeen point of view. I'm sure that's how they'll be feeling. They've had so many problems against various Motherwell sides going back over a number of years. A lot of youngsters here on this Friday night, enjoying the football. Got the rest of the weekend to enjoy their other sporting pursuits. McManus.
Just sort of falling into a little bit of a stalemate. Not playing with enough intensity to go and get the second. Just don't know if there's enough confidence in the Motherwell side to go and try and get this equaliser.
Here's Kerr. Trying to outfox Johnny Hayes. Now Simon Ramsden. Just assessing who's available. Hayes did well to rise up there. Beat Kerr in the air. There's the official attendance, 11,419 on this Friday night. It's just a little bit down on the Boxing Day figure, the Aberdeen Motherwell game last season, which Motherwell were victorious by 1-0.
Very healthy attendance, a good crowd in tonight.
Away by Mark Reynolds for Aberdeen. It's often a quiet crowd here at Pittodrie, and I say that as a man of the North East. Back in the glory days, under a certain Alec Ferguson, it was that way. The attitude has always been entertain us and we'll respond to that. Nothing wrong with that. Ramsden to belt that one over. Ryan Jack. Again, look left and right. Here's David Goodwillie. Still Goodwillie for Aberdeen. Couldn't quite finish it off.
It's a super counter-attack. The move starts from the edge of their own box. They work the ball wide to Goodwillie. Drives at Hamill. A few foot overs. Gets the shot away. Can't keep it down. Leg over. It's a poor effort in the end.
Just can't relax, can they, with the 1-goal cushion. Stuart McCall's side still in this.
Yeah, most definitely still in it. Whilst it stays at 1. You have to say Aberdeen haven't quite done enough to go and get the second. Subconsciously just trying to protect what they've got.
It's a pretty good claim just then by Derek McInnes, Aberdeen boss. Andrew Considine, Willow Flood. Andrew Considine very deserving of the testimonial that's come his way. Aberdonian, who was brought up just a few miles away in Bankery on the North Deeside Road. Lasley, hearing the boos from the Aberdeen supporters. A few of them remember a tackle he put in on Fraser Fidey a few years ago.
Yeah, it definitely stems from that challenge. He's not a favourite at many grounds.
Sutton, here is Lasley. He's been such an effective player for Motherwell over the years. 2 spells with the club. Reid. Meat and drink to Willow Flood.
Reid just shown too much to Willow Flood. Poor first touch.
And Rooney sneaking over towards the referee. Nothing there apparently. Who has faded out of the game a bit in the second half. St. Francis Angol. Josh Law using Stevie Hamill. Careless. McGinn tries to work his magic. Good Willie. Flood. Jack. Offside. David Goodwillie.
There's a few good yards offside as Ryan Jack just tries a little reverse pass. Maybe the better option was to go and have a crack at the goal. He pulls it inside here. He goes a little bit early. He's a couple of yards offside.
It's interesting to compare and contrast Aberdeen this season with Aberdeen last term. Actually 1 point worse off at the start of play. 7 more goals conceded, and against that 4 more scored. Just trying to get the balance right. Away goes Rooney. Low ball in. Isn't quite imaginative enough. The other side able to create a boatload of chances in this game. Ramsden.
Both keepers haven't really been worked. And again, Motherwell's attack just seems to fizzle out. It's a reoccurring theme. Just lacking that little bit of quality in the final third.
Willow Flood. Shea Logan. Nobody in the vicinity. Seems the Aberdeen supporters getting a little bit edgy.
I felt that most of the night, Derek. There's just been that sort of general feeling. Even scoring on so early, it's not been a confident Pittodrie.
Trying to break into song. Didn't really go particularly far, that last chant. Aberdeen 1, Motherwell 0. It's been that way since the second minute. Crawford Allen pulls a halt to the proceedings for now. Stuart McCall is livid, just wondering what that was all about.
He thought it was a Motherwell free kick. He was looking for an advantage. He's given it for the handball.
Lasley. The fourth official, Brian Colvin, was hearing it. Lasley has his name taken. Well, he's not letting the matter drop, Stuart McCall. And now we're inside the final 20 minutes. Taunting the Motherwell manager. Stephen Craigan say it earlier, what he's done with Motherwell, very limited resources, nothing short of remarkable. Nobody recent years, recent decades come close really, as far as Motherwell are concerned. And a bad run doesn't make a bad manager.
No, not at all.
Lee Irwin and Bob McHugh are about to make appearances for the Steelmen. See if they can change the course of events. Reid, Zane Francis and goal. Trying to put off Shea Logan. Shuffle of feet again. It's Hamill. Oh, it's one of the best balls of the night. Just though Motherwell might mean business. Kerr trying to attack it.
Just showing a little bit more adventure. Hamill gets up this left side and he whips a great ball into the back post. It's decent defending at the back post again. Good ball up to the back post. Johnny Hayes does soon enough.
Sutton making the lead just before Kerr could get to it. By Law. McGinn. Willie unable to reach it. Here's Francis Angol. Danny Robson is going to come on for David Goodwillie. As we said, Irwin and McHugh to come on for Motherwell. Goodwillie able to get there. Moore and Oyama will be the two Motherwell players going off. That's our understanding. Jack to time the pass to Johnny Hayes. Kerr was shuffling back. Hayes and it's Twardzik only as far as Shea Logan. Comes off Hamill. Aberdeen have to settle for a corner.
It looked like a harmless ball up to the back post. Twardzik should have dealt with it a lot better. He's very uncomfortable here under the challenge of Rooney. Just can't get his feet right, Logan.
We're going to see these personnel changes. David Goodwillie will be a spectator for the remainder of this game. His place to be taken by the evergreen Barry Robson. So Aberdeen will go back to one up front. Johnny Hayes to take it. Well, he was falling back all the way, Twardzik. Well, Adam Rooney waiting at the far post. No damage done from the Motherwell point of view.
Whipped in by Hayes. Twardzik again looks awkward. Comes off Rooney. Just flapping a little bit here. Really gets caught. Comes off Rooney at the back post. Keeper gets lucky there.
So Oyama does indeed go off at this juncture. Double substitution. Bob McHugh is on, and Josh Law is the other Motherwell man to have made his way off the pitch. Lee Irwin is on now, the 20-year-old striker. And Stuart McCall knows Motherwell really need a boost. Trying to get out of this rut. Irwin, the man to provide them with that lift. Lasley. Here's Hamill. Reid now. Ramsden for Kerr. It's Reid, he wasn't holding back. He succeeded in getting the shot in. Scott Brown grabbing hold of the ball for the Dons.
Well, he was shown intent there. Certainly not going to shrink away from that challenge. I think in the process he hurts himself here. In between him and Robson. Paul and Reid.
Don't forget, it's West Ham United against Manchester City. Sides have been a little bit cautious, I think it's fair to say. Very often fear cuts deeper than swords, as a wise person once said.
It's just a case of unshackling themselves. There's certainly players playing pretty safe. Both teams not really taking many risks.
Again, up against Kerr. Twardzik. Well, know all about scoring late goals at Pittodrie. Think back to the 11th of May. It's of course the 21st anniversary of Gothenburg, Aberdeen's Cup Winners' Cup triumph against Real Madrid in 1983. Well, spoiled the party. Back by McManus to Twardzik. Some of the Aberdeen fans in front of us in the South Stand. heading home. Confident enough, apparently, that Aberdeen are going to prevail tonight. And 3 points to their total. The expense of Motherwell. Robson, it's beautiful work. Hayes, to keep the defenders off balance. Lasley was the man to intervene, and did so splendidly.
He just ran out of options and ran into too many bodies.
Stephen Hamill, John Sutton. Just a couple of goals this season, Sutton. Referee Crawford Allen certainly doesn't approve. He's given the free kick, that's all.
The Motherwell captain's just got to be careful. Clever feet hereby.
It's that hard man reputation, Keith Lasley. There's always been a lot more to his game than that.
Yeah, he's just got to be clever. He's been yellow carded. Again, he showed clever feet there. He's just got to stand up.
Flood trying to locate the ball. Opportunity for Motherwell to get men forward. Here's St. Francis Angol. Lee Irwin. A loan spell at Arbroath last season. Lee Irwin playing under Paul Sheeran, who's in the technical area for Aberdeen. Coach of their under-20s now. Ramsden watches as it trickles out of play. Still a bit concerned, Derek McInnes. Job not done yet.
They're definitely controlling the game. I'm sure Derek would feel much happier if they got that second goal.
John Sutton. Scott Brown gives it a whack. It was by Ramsden. There's Flood. Robson. Such a fine understanding, those two. Robson and Willow Flood. As you've worked with, Gary.
Yeah, great competitors. Honest as the day's long.
Headed back by Hamill. He was trying to make it interesting. Goal in the first couple of minutes of this contest. No scoring since. Danny Robson, the recipient of the free kick.
He just nicks it away from McHugh.
Of note-taking there, Tony Docherty, right-hand man of Derek McInnes. St Johnstone, Bristol City as well, now at Aberdeen. St Francis Angol, here's Lee Irwin. Suffered a bad injury after returning from his loan spell at Arbroath. Irwin. He's going to have a very bright future with Motherwell. Popular with the supporters. Ramsden entrusted with the task of taking the throw. It's going to fizzle out for Motherwell. It's Bob McHugh.
It's been a very comfortable debut for Scott Brown.
Cammy Smith is going to be let loose. The last few minutes of the game. Due reward for what he's done the under-20s. As we've seen him on plenty of occasions for the first team. He's made 10 appearances this term, but all as a substitute. Last started a game against Dundee United. They draw back in March. It'll be that Hayes will be the player to make his way off any second now. Considine. thwarting McHugh. Robson, deftly done. Hayes. Aesthetically pleasing tonight, not really. Points are always going to be the most important aspect of this as far as Aberdeen are concerned, indeed from the Motherwell perspective too. Is it going to be another defeat for the Steelmen? Grounds where they rarely suffer adversity. That's been the pattern of recent years. Flood, Rooney, and it's McGinn. A whisker away.
Yeah, it's the first occasion in the last 5-10 minutes Aberdeen have put a few passes together. Just a nice little combination here. McGinn just tries to take it too early, but that was better.
It's been quite the lengthy discussion. Tommy Smith and Tony Docherty there. Well, Johnny Hayes, the goal that at the moment stands to give Aberdeen a Friday night victory.
No, I think he's a wee bit unfortunate to be taken off. He's busting through in the inside right position here. It's a clever finish. Not only has he scored the goal, it's got them in the lead. I think he's done a real disciplined job on that left-hand side, stopping the runs of Fraser Kerr.
John Sutton, something to say to Crawford Allen. A bit of backing in.
He's played up there, he's just a wrestling match here.
An awkward customer, Sutton.
There's not been a great deal of quality up to Sutton. There's not been a great deal of support going beyond them either.
Pulled out by Twarzik to St. Francis angle. Flood and Smith recovering there for Aberdeen. Rooney trying to poke it out of the reach of Lasley. A spin on the turn by Robson. Aberdeen trying to make certain a victory here. This is way back to McManus, and Twarzik has to be careful. Rooney was discomforting him. McGinn now. Niall McGinn. Second bite at it. Barry Robson. Flood. Overloading on the other side. Space afforded. Shea Logan. It was Cammy Smith who managed to contort his body, succeeded in getting the touch on it as Aberdeen try to keep this going.
Yeah, Cammy Smith does well at the back post. Whipped into the back post by Logan.
Stood free, the Aberdeen supporters, last season as they took in that League Cup final win. 18 years without a trophy. We're staying with the Dons until the end here. Robson, a bit irked. The decision hasn't gone his way. And let us remind you about the Edinburgh Derby coming your way from Easter Road this Sunday. Action from the Championship, 11:30, BT Sport 1. We're back with you next week with more Friday night football from the Premiership. We'll be at McDermott Park for St Johnstone against Motherwell. And of course it's the SPFL Roundup programme on Monday from 5:30, BT Sport 1. Rooney is trying to get around McManus. Full credit to Stephen McManus. Aberdeen almost over the line this evening, but they remember what happened in May.
Yeah, they've just tried to grind it out since the second minute. I don't think they've done enough to get on the score sheet.
Again, it was fine work just prior to that from young Smith.
McGinn and Smith combining there.
Sutton competing for it. Irwin. Taylor just flicks it away. Wasn't too particular about where it went. Into the main stand. The line Lionel Ainsworth is going to make a very late appearance for Motherwell. Off is going Zane Francis Angol. Ainsworth, who of course did the damage on Boxing Day last season. Motherwell's 1-0 win. The cry from the Motherwell benches: risk more.
Yeah, he just might be a little bit too late.
Irwin unable to win his joust. Aberdeen had pushed Robson back there. Here's Ramsden. Lasley. Be up for grabs. Taylor did well. Came off Ash Taylor's head. Now Logan. Hamill. Ash Taylor in motion once more. Flood.
The former Tranmere player did well at the back post. That's Taylor there. Just using his physical presence to win that header.
Ryan Jack. Adam Rooney. 6 goals in 5 European matches for the Dons this season. Can't really argue with that. Smith. There's Jack. Different position last week against Hamilton. Field. Smith with Lasley. Battle of number 14s. 2 minutes of normal time remaining.
This is better by Aberdeen, just keeping possession, trying to tease Motherwell out.
Yellow flood. Adam Rooney on the turn. Somebody look to settle it. It's Logan. High and hopeful.
It was better by Aberdeen, making 4, 5, 6 passes. It's a little dink ball into Rooney, who then just lays it back to him again. Ramsden just gets a toe on it.
Taylor was called upon again. Couldn't quite get the touch he was looking for that time. Fraser Kerr and Scott Brown. It's always going to be Brown's ball. Aberdeen closing in on the victory.
Well, he'll have enjoyed it. He's not had a great deal to do. I'll be hoping they can just go over the line and pick up the 3 points.
Motherwell, remember, scored with just about the last kick of the ball in May. Secured second place for the Steelmen. And Aberdeen had to be content with third. Lasley outwitting Flood. Here's Reid. He's the man who scored that Motherwell goal on the 11th of May. Logan had the height advantage, but managed to head it out for the throw anyway. Taken by Irwin, trying to work something with Hamill, but it breaks down. And there will be a minimum of 3 added minutes here at Pittodrie.
They certainly need to take risks now as the clock ticks away. I'm not worried to keep her a great deal, Motherwell. That'll be a concern for Stuart McCall.
Well, on the 7-point mark, 11th position. It's only better off than Ross County in 12th. Aberdeen win would lift them above Celtic for the time being anyway. Robson. Smith. Local boy, Cammy Smith. Wasting a few seconds as Aberdeen keep possession.
That's the order. Keep a hold of the ball.
Considine up towards Niall McGinn. There was no offside. Smith. He would try his luck. All the way forward, Irwin. Here's Ainsworth. Reynolds is trying to organise everyone around him.
Maybe Cammy Smith should have run that into the corner.
It's McHugh. Can Motherwell give it one last push? Ramsden. Sure, that was a lucky touch as he took the throw. Willow Flood to finesse in terms of the pass. Chase for Logan. Flood using all his experience.
That was super play by Flood. Good decision making, then goes and supports his pass.
Logan. Indeed, had him high up the pitch, just where they would want him under the circumstances. Johnny Hayes confirmed as the man of the match locally here at Pittodrie anyway.
I wouldn't dispute that. He was excellent. Got his goal.
Logan able to work his way through. And we've had the 3 additional minutes. It's a Friday night triumph for Derek McInnes and Aberdeen. More misery heaped on Motherwell. 4 defeats on the trot for the Steelmen now. But just what the doctor ordered as far as the Dons go. Johnny Hayes with that early goal, a stylish goal it was, inside 2 minutes. Not an awful lot of adventure from either side thereafter, but 3 important points in the bag for the Dons. Aberdeen 1, Motherwell 0.
Good evening, everybody. We are in a fabulous position, as you can see, in this fabulous stadium. It really is something a little bit special. Revamped and refurbished some 6 or 7 years ago, but retaining the old school charm. The place still oozes tradition, history, and when it's full like this, raw passion as well. So Munster, despite the win at Sale, there was more than a little consternation at how they played last week. Anthony Foley was under pressure to change his midfield in particular, but he's resisted, so Dennis Hurley and Andrew Smith continue their partnership there, with JJ Hanrahan having to sit tight on the bench. The half-backs and the back 3 remain the same, and the tinkering has taken place in the front row. Both props are changed, meaning that James Cronin starts at loosehead over Dave Kilcoyne. BJ Botha is included. Foley and O'Connell are at lock, with the captain Peter O'Mahony and Tommy O'Donnell in the back row with CJ Stander. Ankle trouble has robbed Saracens of their captain Hargreaves this week, so Jim Hamilton steps in at lock for his first European start for the club since moving from Montpellier. He and England's new recruit George Cruz will patrol the second row. Schalk Brits underwent knee surgery this week. He's out until next year, so Jamie George gets another run at it at hooker, with Barrington and Duplessis retained at prop. The back row is the same as those that tackled Claremore. Behind the scrum, Owen Farrell at 10, only an hour and a half of rugby behind him this season. He partners to Cock. Bosch is promoted to the starting 15, and outside him the scoring machines ignored by England, Ashton and Strettle. Munster's bench features a couple of men with points to prove as well, in Kilcoyne and Archer, both demoted today. JJ Hanrahan was unlucky to miss out, as we mentioned. He offers something a little different should they need it in the midfield. Sarries, as ever, loads of depth. Johnston and Botha the standby muscle. Wigglesworth and Hodgson the brains. Here we go. Well, Munster come alive on nights like tonight. Their form has been a little ordinary, but a full house under the lights at Thomond will stir the blood. European competition brings the very, very best out of the Munster men. We've seen a lot here in Limerick down the years. Very few do drama, passion and tribalism like this lot. Jerome Garces is the man in charge tonight. It's his 41st birthday today. Owen Farrell back in the ranks for Saracens, who arrive here driven by the heartbreaks of last season, but bolstered by that bonus point win over Claremont last week. You really can't see them squandering the kind of lead that Sale managed to build up against Munster last weekend. There's last week's hero Ian Keatley pitted against England's finest. Farrell's going to need to find his form, and quick. The All Blacks looming at Twickenham, of course, but this should focus the mind just a little bit. These two throwing up tight matches again and again. 5 meetings, 4 Munster wins to 1 from Saracens, but an average winning margin of less than 4 points. So much at stake. Munster know that with trips to Sarries and Claremont to come, defeat tonight would almost certainly prove fatal to their qualification hopes. As we're underway with Felix Jones taking it into contact. And there's Conor Murray, who will be the linchpin for Munster this evening. Such a vital part of their operation, growing with every game seemingly, and that's a decent first clearance, Lawrence.
Yeah, good evening everyone. What a lovely stadium this must be to play in.